YouTube, what up, man? It's your boy AyeDeon back here with another video, and this one's gonna be a little different. I recently made a video in reference to like where should smaller creators start streaming when they first get going. A lot of things have changed since I made that video, and I've been dabbling on Kick for the last 3 months. You know, after I went there originally for a while, stopped streaming back to Twitch, and I went back to Kick again. Something's got to change, man. I'm gonna tell you about my experiences these last few months. Tell you how I'm feeling about it, what's wrong, what's right, what's good, what's bad, all that good shit. But as you can tell, I got 2 loyals still sitting up with me on Twitch. I even put it back down here. Make sure you can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/AyeDeon. Make sure to sub up, like the vid. Let's get into it, baby. So the first thing I'm gonna bring to attention, honestly, is just into my page in general. Like I said, I took time away from being on the platform for a while where I wasn't streaming there at all. And it was because I felt like there was no real growth for me as a creator at the time. And I also wasn't taking YouTube as serious as I've begun to and started making videos and all that good shit. The one thing I'll say is, and I wish I would have done it sooner, was put more time and effort into YouTube to try to promote it. But I've also noticed I still hadn't seen really any growth like that. Even when I'm doing the multi-streams, when I'm uploading clips, when I'm actually doing these videos, out of these last 3 months, I've seen one person follow in that 3 months. And those are from the videos, those are from the shorts, clips that are getting thousands of views on those. Every now and then you might get somebody like, what's Kick? And you'll tell them like, sounds like Twitch, I'll just stay there. And then there's also those that already have their opinion on Kick because of the other things that go on or that have gone on the platform beforehand. I unfortunately was one of those people where I would see something and I'm like, all right, I can't do it anymore. And that's why I've left before. Like, I didn't want to be a part of that. And then you start to realize every platform has something wrong. The one thing I'm going to say now in reference to this is I'm at a point now where I'm ready to stop dealing with it in general. Yes, it's cool, and I feel like it could be a good spot, at least for multi-streaming wise, just to have extra eyes to try to forward people somewhere else. But I'm at a point now where if you're doing streaming, if you're a gamer that streams, Kick isn't the place. Unless you literally already have something built in. Starting out, yes, you have a chance because there's no, how can I say this? The viewership isn't high to a point where you can't still make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I go into the categories and let's say we'll do Call of Duty, for instance. It says 515 watching right now. So you have a chance to be seen. The issue is converting people to be able to see you. A lot of people aren't going in looking for people unless they already have a community built in. Now, I usually am anywhere between 6 to 13 people watching me per stream that will come past depending on what I'm playing. When I'm on Call of Duty, I've gotten, if I go back into, my dashboard and everything, which y'all see everything. I don't really care. And I can't see but so far into the activity feed. But within that time frame, I've had one person just recently follow me on Kick from a game that I played, and then they unfollowed me anyway. We chatted for a minute afterwards. They played the game with me, and then they disappeared again, and then they unfollowed. I was just at 598 yesterday. That person was who unfollowed. It's hard to find growth in anything unless you're putting the effort into it. But even like as much as I've streamed in these past 3 months, the followers that I've gained haven't been from me gaming. They haven't been me promoting the platform. They've been me going to host someone new after my stream is over, and they follow me because I followed them and I gave them a host and I've chatted in their chat. That's been my following, which again, that's networking, and that's how it should be. That's how things should work. The issue is those become dead follows. So out of those 597 followers, it's still the same 6 to 11 people that have been in my streams since day one anyways. There's nobody really new that comes and hangs out like that. These have been people that have been a part of my community for years that still rock with me no matter where I'm at and haven't given up on me. So when I talk about being in places that make sense gaming wise, unless you already have something going, like Lucci was already, I believe, popping off on Facebook. So he was able to kind of convert. Pretty easy. Another one, big on Facebook, was able to convert relatively simple. It's harder for someone like I was Mixer partner, but then my viewership was declining at the time anyway. With the Facebook, my viewership was gone. But I was getting ad revenues and all that good stuff, which is cool. I was getting little bonuses, cool. But then that dies out because the platform in itself was ass. I tried out Kick. Kick was cool. Like, even in one of these clips, I think it's this clip, I had like 20 something, 30 something people at a time that was in my stream. But the issue then turns into those people don't stick around long term. And plus, if based on how you stream or what time you stream, the games you stream, all play a part in everything. So I went from a nighttime stream where I was averaging 20, 30 people at a time to where I had to switch to my mornings because I had my daughter. Again, you know, your viewership's going to take a hit. The loyals will stick around if they stick around, which luckily for me, they have. It's harder, and I feel like, to convert people over to Kick because of the reputation it built, even though you're trying to build a separate one and make and build your own community. If you make and build your own community, you can kind of get away with certain things and, you know, stay out of the limelight as far as like the negative reputation and connotation that comes with the platform, because everybody's there for you. And unfortunately, a lot of people aren't really there for you. They're there because they enjoy the platform that you're on. That brings me to customizations and things like that. There's still not a whole lot of going on for Kick. They now have the partnership with Stream Elements to be able to bring alerts and overlays and things of that nature, but it's very limited in certain aspects. Bots, like the chat bots, are cool, but they're still limited customizations for certain ones. A lot of things are behind paywalls because people got to make their money, and I understand it. But if I'm looking at where they just added channel points, everything is about coming up with an idea. Cool, still vast limitations for certain things. Whereas I can go on Twitch and I have a million and one different things I can use, sound alerts and things of that nature. You can do that here, but some of it's behind premium paywalls, and you have to find the right website and the right, you know, creator that created these things to actually make something better. You know what I'm saying? Whereas now, in these 3 months, in choosing kind of where I want to be at and how I want to do things, if I'm from a gamer perspective, I'm looking at Twitch because the viewership, because of the gaming atmosphere is a lot better outside of just Warzone. You know, like that's where kind of everything dies out, because looking at categories is, especially here, IRL chatting, Counter-Strike, Dota, RP, PUBG Mobile. These have been the top 6 pretty much all the time. Warzone is up here. It's usually higher, but it depends on the time of day. Fortnite, the usuals. But for people like me, like right now playing like 2K, which we're going to talk about the issue I have with botting on this platform in comparison to Twitch and things of that nature, because it's fucking bad. We look at games like 2K or Call of Duty that are lower tier here in the morning. And mind you, it's also 8:26 a.m., as you'll see down at the bottom of my screen here. So, of course, the viewerships can be different between here and you know, later in the day and in the evening. Even in this, my viewership stays the same. When I looked at 2K yesterday, and this is all about botting, is fucking bad. And I know YouTube is a little bit more lenient with the cussing, so I'm sorry. I'm gonna let it fly a little bit. The botting yesterday was awful, and it's probably still bad with this person here. When I went into a couple streams yesterday, there was I believe 5 or 6 people that were up here that had like hundreds, and then there was 2 that had over 1,000 to 2,000. Nobody was talking in these streams. They were literally bot accounts. There's also somebody that I know that by all means, I want to support and show love to, because they were putting in effort, but they disappeared for 3 months and they were averaging 15 people at a time, maybe 20. But a lot of the community was also just a bunch of emoters that come in, drop an emote, let you know they're there, and they're still streaming at the time, which is another problem with the platform. It's not about community building. It's about building a statistic. These people, they have bots in their account or bots in their chat to where this person was getting 15 viewers at one point, disappeared for a couple months, came back, had 5. And then 2 days later, they had 100 people in their stream. But nobody was talking but their moderator. Let that sink in. And then they got partnered yesterday. Yesterday morning, they get partnered. All these people congratulated, knew it was going to happen. And literally right after that, they have 263 people in their stream. And magically, there's a whole bunch of people talking. But those people are talking are all quote bots. And what I mean by quote bots is, if you go into the stream, and let me see if this person actually has the same thing. We're going to just pause it. So this here are bots. None of them have faces. Of course, you can't see when these accounts are created. But what they do is they just toss things out there to where they'll just say random things that go along with the game itself that you're playing to make it seem like you're actually having people to talk to in a chat. So you get a bunch of W's. It's so freaking cool, mate. NBA 25 is fire, cuh. And then these are supposed to be the emotes that don't work because they're not linked into the platform that well. These are all fake bot accounts. He's locked in. We need to lock in. Defense. Hell no, nice one. He missed. These are supposed to make it seem as though you have engagement. And these are also partnered accounts. These are partnered accounts on the platform. And these partnered accounts have these bots in their chat, and they're making it seem as though they're doing all these great things. But what they're doing is, everything with the Kick Partner program is all about chat engagement. The more engagement you get, the more money you get paid out. So these bot accounts can just come in, spam your chat, and just make it seem like they're real people. So these people are making endless money off of the platform. And a lot of it's all been people that have gotten partnered recently. So if you think about it, this is like a pay to win type of thing here without even trying to be pay to win. You could pay for these type of bots and have people engage in your platform or engage in your streams, and they're not real people. You're not building anything. But yet Kick's dev team and everybody apparently knows how bad the bot problem is. But if you go back and there was a stream with Eddie, Andrew, and Devin Nash from Twitch, who does all these analytic things, that literally brought it up to their attention. Like at least 68% of the platform is bots or have a botting problem. But they'll tell you that it's not that. They'll tell you it's not that high. It's maybe 30, 40%, which is still bad. But again, you also have to take in consideration Twitch, Rumble, which I can get into as well. The botting is bad. The view botting is horrible. The amount of influx in viewership that doesn't really exist, that you're trying to claim exists, is pretty bad. I'd rather deal with my 2 loyal subs that have stuck around on Twitch, even when I haven't been there, than being on a platform where it's, of course, that 95% that they keep praising about for subscribers that mean absolutely nothing when people aren't engaged in your streams. There are those very select few people, bro, that I can go into their stream and know that they have a legitimate, loving and caring community that with people that talk, versus you're a smaller creator, you're going to get emo spammed. I'm here to support you. I'm here to drop a lurk. Have a great stream, bro. Hope you have a good, dope stream. Leaving a lurk. popping a tab. There's so much of that on this platform. It's honestly ridiculous. And everything now is about the botting issue and what you can do to get ahead versus putting in the work. Me, I have to put in the work. I've been at this too long to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and pay my way out. It's not for me. If paying your way out is how you got to go about your business, hey, that's all you. But I can't do that personally. And the same thing in the Call of Duty community. Like there's those that most of the people that I've seen in this community are all have legit viewership. Again, I don't know too much as far as like the non-English speaking. A lot of them are partners already from previous platforms like Facebook and things of that nature, so they're able to get kind of pushed into the Kickstarter program, basically, where you can kind of jump right in and become a partner. And another thing, like people are talking about partner grind and all this other stuff, but only getting a small amount of viewership, it's probably not going to happen. I'm just going to be blunt and honest with y'all. Like with me and my analytics, just so y'all see like where I'm at currently, I'm at 6.94 and it fluctuates based on like when I switch games and stuff like that, so my numbers drop down. This is just to get verified. I've hit every other metric, but my numbers fluctuate so much throughout the day that I've gone anywhere between that 6 to 13. Some days I'll be able to hold a consistent 11, and then there's other days where I may only be able to hold a consistent 5 or 4. And that's also because notifications don't always go out. So I popped open a Twitch stream yesterday for literally an hour and a half. And I seen people I haven't seen because they won't do kick, and it's just not their thing. They don't want to deal with that. But it's because they got their notification right away. And I can see how many people get notifications on Twitch versus the quote-unquote notification getters that are on kick. It really just depends on where you're at. I hit my unique chatters for this. This was literally the only thing I need. But in these last 3 months, I'm probably now at a point where I can say this probably isn't the platform for me as a gamer, as somebody that likes to just play video games and chat with the community. It's probably not the way. Where Twitch is, of course, Twitch is the devil you know type of deal versus the devils you don't. Shout out Karen Cross, you know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Where, yeah, there's ads. You can pay to get rid of them. You can get an ad blocker or whatever you got to do. Or you can just sub to a creator that you fuck with. If you rock with that creator, man, rock with that creator. Show them that support. Use them emotes. Spam them bitches. But don't become an emote. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be in there just to try to be a statistic or get statistics. Allow yourself to actually build a community with other people. Allow yourself to go in these other people's chats and chat with them and actually get to know them versus just trying to collaborate because you want to build off of their numbers or vice versa. It becomes much more of a difficult task when you're doing things like that. I've been live every day for the last 3 months. I've gone up a total of 10 follows, I believe, 10 to 15, and mainly all of them are bot accounts, designers, or just people that I've rated out to. I rated out yesterday to a dope ass creator yesterday, Janaban, Fortnite creator. She plays a little bit Call of Duty. Dope ass person, individual. Make sure y'all go follow her on Kick if y'all rock with her, or if y'all would like to rock with her. And she shouted me out like crazy. Like, she was showing me mad love after I rated out to her and was like, you know, talking about how non-toxic I am in COD, which was funny to hear, how nice I was. Like, if you're not following, make sure to go follow him, please. He's a dope person, great individual. Not a single soul followed. Instead, I got to unfollow. It's hard sometimes because you look at stuff like that and you're like, you know, I appreciate the love, which I do. I appreciate that love from said person because nobody else will say things like that and actually like really rock with you. And she's such a dope person. And there's a lot of dope people on the platform. But as far as from a gaming perspective, unless you are building outside of your streams, it makes no difference. She started, I believe, a few months back, and she blew up relatively quickly because she used her other platforms like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, anything like that. I do the same thing. Doesn't necessarily work the same way, and it also becomes bad when you're not consistent. I can admit, having been consistent, finally getting on the right path, but a lot of people don't rock with it like that. There's a lot of people that still aren't heavily involved on the green side of things, and that's fine. That's okay. And not to be funny, most of my community is just on purple, anyways. I can admit that and honestly say like I probably should have stayed, but I wanted to give it a good shot to be like, you know what, I put in the time. I gave it a few months. I didn't go anywhere else. I did multi-stream. I did YouTube vertical streams. I did YouTube full screen streams, making so music is only prevalent on the kick side of things and everything like that. It did make a difference. And that's within 3 months. When I know other people in 3 months that go strictly just to do dumb shit and do IRL content and will blow up on the platform. You really don't see a lot of follows on this platform if you're a smaller creator unless you end up on this front page. If you end up on this carousel, there's a good chance you may end up getting a good amount of following. The issue is you have to pray to the Lord above or whoever you may pray to that you might get up here. And there's been times that I hit this and I still didn't see a follow. There's been times I hit this and I might get 3 or 4 follows, and those 3 or 4 follows were, hey, I stream too. You should come check me out. Hey, add me on Discord for this and that. If you want to become a partner, here's this. There's too much of that. And there's no legit moderation for stuff like that outside of using stream elements like spam protection and stuff like that. Whereas, of course, you have places like Twitch where you have SariBot that can block all of that stuff from even coming into your chat, which is a great thing. You can get followed by it on both platforms, but there's ways around removing those follows from Twitch and going back to your normal way of doing things. So I'll say this from a gamer perspective, from a smaller creator, personally at this point, 3 months in, I would say you're probably better off going to Twitch. But know that when you're doing it, toss your content out everywhere. Use every social platform you have and toss it out there. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, anything you can do, put it out there as quickly as you can and capitalize on any type of engagement you get. Comment back on anything that somebody comments on. Just do what you can to be prevalent and out there for a community to be built around you and you being in that community with them. The moment you do that, the better chances you have of being successful. And do not become complacent. Do not put yourself in a position where you just say, oh, well, I posted this, I'm probably going to post something maybe next week. Don't do that. Because the longer you wait, the worse it gets. And again, it's not a knock to Kick to be like, you can't make it there. If I'm being straight up, most of what you're going to see out of the Kick platform is, unless you were already big enough, every fucking 2 seconds, if you have 0 viewers in your stream, or even 6 to 8, hell, I had 13 and I've had bots come in tired of streaming to 0 viewers. And it's because there's no chat engagement a whole lot of time. Because a lot of this is about just spamming emotes. And if you don't have emote spammers, those bots are going to come into your stream constantly. I've had people start in my chat and still get that. It really just doesn't matter. It's the same thing even on Twitch. Like, if you have a smaller amount of people, you're going to get bots that might pop in. But if you have that SariBot, it gets out of there every time. SariBot handles that for you. You don't have to have a third-party extension. It's just another Twitch page that's there available to you that he won't even put his stuff on Kick. Again, shout out to everybody that's, on Kick. So many people I support. I'll come back and I'll always watch people on any platform, regardless of where it is. But from a streaming standpoint, it's probably not for me. Maybe for other people, but for me personally, the platform for what I do, the content I like to make, the person I am, the dad that I am, I'm probably going to be more set as a Twitch streamer and YouTube creator than anything else. Appreciate y'all coming through, checking out this rant, man. Again, shout out to everybody that's been rocking with me. Make sure to come follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/AyeDeon, as you see it right down there. Again, to my 2 loyal people that have been subbed, no matter where I've been at, still on this platform. You probably don't even know you still subbed, but if you do know and you do it on anyways and just don't care, I appreciate the fuck out of you. It's with love that I do this shit every day. I've been full-time for years, and I always say the payoff is going to happen, and because y'all believe in me, I'm going to make sure it happens. I ain't gave up yet, and I appreciate y'all not giving up on me. Make sure to leave a like, comment down below, let me know what y'all think of these platforms, where you stream at, if you stream, and I'll catch y'all next video, man. Peace.